Last year's loss in the first round of the NBA playoffs to the Los Angeles Clippers in the bubble gave the Dallas Mavericks a sense of accomplishment and promise for the future. However, albeit coming in 7 games rather than 6, this year's setback has left a bitter taste in the mouth. Dallas was ahead 3-2 in the series but couldn't close it out, putting the Mavericks roster at a crossroads. In today's video, we're going to discuss if Luka Doncic will leave the Dallas Mavericks. But before we get into the video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel with notifications turned on so you don't miss any of the new videos we post. Who is Luka Doncic? Luka Doncic was born February 28, 1999 and is a Slovenian professional basketball player who currently plays for the Dallas Mavericks of the NBA. In addition, he is a member of the Slovenian national team. Doncic, who was born in Ljubljana, started as a young player for Union Olimpija before joining Real Madrid's junior system. At the age of 16, he made his senior squad debut in 2015, becoming the club's youngest player ever. He guided Madrid to the 2018 EuroLeague victory and was named EuroLeague MVP, as well as Final Four MVP 2 years later. Doncic was also named the ACB Most Valuable Player and earned the EuroLeague Rising Star and ACB Best Young Player awards in consecutive years. The Atlanta Hawks selected Doncic with the 3rd overall pick in the 2018 NBA Draft on June 21, 2018. He was later dealt to the Dallas Mavericks in exchange for Trae Young's draft rights and a 2019 protected first-round choice. Rick Carlisle, the Mavericks head coach, said after the draft, "We believed there was a chance Doncic would fall to us at one time, but it was evident a few days ago that wasn't going to happen. He's just too talented. We find a man who we believe will be a franchise foundation piece." On July 9, 2018, he signed his rookie contract with the Mavericks. In a 134-132 win over the Golden State Warriors on February 6, 2021, Doncic equaled his then career-high 42 points while adding 11 assists and 7 rebounds. Doncic had a career-high 46 points, 12 assists, 8 rebounds, 1 block, and 1 steal in a 143-130 win over the New Orleans Pelicans on February 12th. Doncic had a career-high 31 points, 12 rebounds, and 20 assists in a 125-124 win over the Washington Wizards on May 1st. With that effort, he joined Oscar Robertson, Magic Johnson, and Russell Westbrook as the only players in NBA history to record a 30-point triple-double with at least 20 assists. On May 7th, he surpassed 5,000 career points. Doncic became the 4th youngest player to achieve the accomplishment at the age of 22 years and 68 days after just LeBron James, Kevin Durant, and Carmelo Anthony. He became the first player in NBA history to achieve 3 triple-doubles in their first 7 career postseason games on May 22nd when he scored 31 points, 10 rebounds, and 11 assists in a 113-103 victory over the Los Angeles Clippers in Game 1 of the 2021 NBA playoffs. He also passed Kareem Abdul-Jabbar as the league's youngest player to ever record a triple-double in a playoff game on the road. In a 118-108 loss to the Golden State Warriors on May 28th, he set a playoff career high with 44 points. Why do people want Luka to leave the Mavericks? The recent performance of the Dallas Mavericks is the reason why every single fan fears Luka will be a choice and move his abilities to Manhattan Beach. Losing 3 straight games at home against the New York Knicks and Sacramento Kings is not just a good way to miss the playoffs, but it's also a good way for Luka Doncic to question why his team isn't getting any better. In his 3rd season with the Dallas Mavericks, the all-star forward is one of the finest players in the game, despite the fact that his club isn't. It's not his fault, but he's the one who has to deal with it. Their biggest issue is the same one that Dirk Nowitzki had with the Mavericks in his prime. The only difference is that we all knew Dirk was devoted as a German Shepherd, whilst we had no idea about our favorite Slovenian puppy. Luka's problem is that he is not surrounded by enough players who possess his talent and potential. He requires more of it in his environment. The Mavericks have some good players, but they need to improve their roster. Only if Mark Cuban can go past his personal sentiments for the players on his team that he likes and dump them in order to surround Luka with talent will this happen. Cuban has regularly brought in a lengthy list of good individuals since purchasing the Mavs in January 2000. There haven't been many Lamar Odoms or Rajon Rondos, but there have been plenty of Raef Lafrentz. Off the floor, good guys, but not nearly good enough on it. Kristaps Porzingis was acquired by the Mavericks in the hopes of alleviating Doncic's scoring burden. In this series, he only scored 13 points per game on average. Some of it was done on purpose. This season, Dallas has primarily deployed Porzingis as a stationary shooter, which has intangible benefits for Doncic. It theoretically drives opposing big players away from the hoop, allowing him to score at the rim more easily. But at the midway point of the series, the Clippers had almost entirely abandoned big men, and Porzingis, who is 7'3", couldn't punish them. So what can Dallas do in this situation? How long will it take them to find a true side sidekick for their generational superstar. Let's take a look. Mavericks team speaking out. Mark Cuban, the Mavericks owner, talks about the play-in tournament, the team's visual identity, and how he plans to commemorate Dallas's 2011 NBA championship in a Q&A. But above everything, Luka, and the number of celebrities who would wish to collaborate with him in the future. From what I'm hearing from them, Cuban said, a lot of them want to play with Luka. When Cuban discussed the possibility of bringing another top player to Dallas to join Luka Doncic and Kristaps Porzingis, it was one of the more interesting sections of the interview. It all depends on the state of the market. On the one hand, players want to play with Luka and KP. On the other hand, players want to play with Luka and KP. When asked how having two maximum salary players on the squad affects free agency, Cuban responded, "On the other side, combining assets to acquire top-tier players is sometimes easier. We'll do whatever it takes to support LD and KP." Cuban went on to say that top-tier players are willing to play with Doncic. Another star player would undoubtedly aid Dallas's ascent through the Western Conference's maze, as well as providing a reliable number 2 option when Porzingis is sidelined. There is no doubt that a third star would ease some of the pressure from Luka going forward if he remains with the Mavericks, as he is often left to lead the team and play by himself. And apparently, there are already a few great MVPs who have been shortlisted. Trading assets. Given Luka's rising star, it's impossible to rule out the idea of a superstar deliberately pursuing Dallas and only Dallas. If that's the case, it doesn't matter how much their assets are worth. The Mavericks, on the other hand, won't be starting on the inside track if they had to trade for a star on the open market. The Mavericks presently owe the Knicks 2 first-round choices. The first is the number 21 overall pick in this July's draft, but the second is a first-round pick in 2023 with top 10 protections. This is significant for 2 reasons, both of which are related to the vexing Stepien rule. This rule states that teams cannot go more than 2 years without a first-round pick. Because the Mavericks owe the Knicks their 2023 pick, they won't be able to trade their 2022 pick until they first obtain one in 2022 or 2023. They would thereafter be without a first-round pick in each of the next 2 drafts. Cap situation. Dallas may not have a clear goal for it, but the team still has a lot of cap room this offseason. Dallas will owe around $87 million in compensation to 10 players if Josh Richardson opts into the final year of his contract, but Willie Cauley, Team Stein's option, is refused. That isn't exactly max space against a projected $112.4 million cap, but it's near enough to make a splash, and if Dallas wanted to get to the max, there are simple methods to do so. Richardson's decision to opt out would effectively bring them there. However, it should be emphasized that if the Mavericks want to create cap space this offseason, they will have to let go of their own free agents. Most significantly, it would include giving up their rights to Hardaway, whom Dallas is expected to re-sign. They could theoretically still do so and free up cap space by dealing with other veterans, but generating room comes at a cost. Dallas will be unable to do so without the loss of some of its own players. And there you have it. Everything you need to know about Luka Doncic and whether or not he is planning to leave the Mavericks. It is clear that fans across the globe feel as though his talent and potential needs to shine more in a team with better players. It will be interesting to see how everything goes in the future. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss any of our new and upcoming content. Thanks for watching.